The dark valley. Of course, when we hear this psalm sung, it pretty much is the clarion sound of a funeral, at least a modern funeral in the United States. The dark valley, right? A place of fear and terror. And yet, even though I walk through the dark valley, I fear no evil, for you are at my side. If we use a different version of the same image, Jesus walks on the water. Now, one time Jesus is walking on the water at night. But the more famous of the two is when Jesus is walking on the water at night in the storm. And Jesus doesn't stop the storm until he's in the boat, meaning he walks in the storm, even though it's dangerous and chaotic, because he's above the storm. He's above the chaos. But then Peter says, Lord, call me that I may come to you. And Peter walks unfettered into the storm. At least, of course, until he loses sight of the Lord, and then he begins to sink, right? This is not about there is no fear. This is not about there is no danger. That was never the promise of the Lord. Only that he will walk with you through it. It's not that there is no danger. You still got to go through the dark valley, right? Like, I love my dog, and I bring my dog to the vet, and he don't want to go in the vet. Like, I got to pick him up and walk him in, and then he kind of shakes a little bit the entire time we're in the lobby, and then he'll walk with me into the vet's room, but pretty much you got to be dragged out by the leash to the back room, right? Because he knows what happens in the back room. They make me do uncomfortable things in the back room, right? We see reasonably what could lie in our future. And sometimes that's enough to paralyze people. We don't even know what bad stuff is going to happen. I ain't playing that game. Like, there's probably some people when you see their number on your phone, you go, I'm busy. You know, it's whatever's on the other end of that line is too hard for right now. Maybe tomorrow. And sometimes you walk in, you're like, I have no idea what this chaos is going to be. And then you find out exactly what it is. And then you have real fear there. Because there's real danger. And even in the midst of all of that, there present is the Lord. Because ultimately, what danger is there except to lose out on paradise? What danger is there except to not be in the love of the Lord at the day of our death? The scriptures say that the fear of the Lord is the beginning of all wisdom. And the only real tragedy in life, this is not the scriptures, this is saints. The only really tragedy in life is not to be a saint. We put those two things together. The only thing really worth any of our effort or energy is the Lord, and then everything else in the Lord.